Very good morning, guys. Let me know you guys. Let me know in the chat. Subrajit, Nayan, Ekta, Sarad, Bharat. Can you guys hear me? Like you guys are still sleeping or what? Can you guys hear me? Seems like you cannot hear me. You guys are sleeping. Very good morning, guys. Oh, so finally, Sarad has responded. So, Sarad, can you hear me? Oh, okay. So it seems like okay. So now everyone has wake up. Earlier that I was also asking, but nobody has responded. So I thought you guys are still sleeping, huh? Very good morning, Ekta. So very good morning, guys, again. And I know actually I have some plan today in evening or actually afternoon only. So that's why actually I scheduled this class little bit early morning. I know it's little bit problematic, but see, because if I do this class little early, 8 to 11, then I think I have whole day for Saturday and next Sunday as well. So I could plan something, right? So due to that only, I just planned this class 8 to 11. Otherwise, see, the normal timing is 11 to 1, right? So after that, I think once you are like completing the class 11 to 1, after that actually you cannot make any plan. Looks like, but yeah, we can still make plan. I woke up at 5 today. Oh, great, great, Ekta. It would be difficult, right? After sleeping, I think because we are closing our class at 11 o'clock and then we'll get sleep at 12, right? 1 hour it will take, and then waking up at 5 o'clock. Nice, nice. I know some of the people today, they will be, while in teach, like they will be listening me and they will definitely sleeping also. So that's why, guys. So please take a cup of tea or coffee with you uh, while we are in the class. So you guys should not feel sleepy. Yeah, yeah. Please sleep after the class, not in the class. Okay. We will try to do more and more practice. That's why today, because so I think with that, I think we will get less sleep. Okay. Very good morning, Nishant. I hope for everyone it should be good morning. And I know it's little early, but yes, we have to wake up sometime little early also. Just yes, Subhajit. So just is a testing framework, and I'm not sure we have that in our class or not. But yes, just a testing framework where we write the test cases for the logic which we will write in our controller or in routing or in models. We can write the test cases for those scenarios. Somebody wants to speak. I think Joseph is there, or Joseph has also joined. Very good morning, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph, please tell. I have just accepted your invitation. Okay, you missed the invite. We'll wait for some more minute, 1 to 2 more minutes, and then we will see. Then we'll start because right now I'm seeing just 12 student has joined. I'm expecting like more than 30 should be here. Then we can quickly start. So we'll just wait for 1 or 2 more minutes. Yeah. Good morning, Vishnu. Well, good morning, and thanks again for joining this much early, guys. I know for college students or for everyone actually, they sleep I think till 9 or 10. But today you guys have to wake up little early, so thanks a lot for that. So my PHP, my admin URL was not working yesterday. So Nishant, I think you have to first start because this is very mandatory. You have to. It should work today. Otherwise, you will feel sleepy in the whole class. So see, first you have to start your MySQL database and Apache web server. Same goes for Windows. I think in Windows they have uh, they have the different UI there, but you have to start two things there also in Windows. One is MySQL, and that second one is that some server is there only, Apache or Tomcat. After that, the URL should work. If both places, if both places, MySQL and Tomcat, they are working, they are showing it as a running, then it should work. And URL is this. Let me send you the URL also. Let me send you the URL also. In your browser, you just need to run this URL, localhost/phpMyAdmin, and directly in the URL bar, not in the Google. We said we do the Google search also, right? No need to do that. Simply put this URL in URL bar. That should open. Okay, so more and more people are joining. That's great. That's great. And I think while we are doing our class, so there could be some noise coming in the middle because you guys know that Muharram is going on. So so Tajia, in North we say Tajia. तो ताजियां यहाँ से निकलती है तो शोर वो मतलब थोड़ा सा उनका मतलब वो सेलिब्रेट करते हैं मतलब सेलिब्रेट और वो थोड़ा सा उनका साउंड सिस्टम काफी तेज रहता है so that's why it could impact our class today but yeah I will change my place if that noise comes to this place okay yeah I will change my place so you guys just let me know if you guys cannot hear me once that comes I have already closed everything near to my place but let's see. Yes, Joseph, you were saying something? Actually, sir, there was some numeric value in between which I forget. Oh, okay. You need to put port. Yes, Nishant, you have to put port. So see, you might have changed the port. So you have to do like this: HTTP colon localhost, then again colon and your port number. Like if your port is 8080 slash PHP my admin, like this. See, I have provided you. See, I have written the HTTP wrong. Actually, it should be HTTP colon. You can correct it that also, like this. Let me write it again. No problem. Localhost colon 8080 slash PHP my admin. Yeah. Now I have written the correct thing. So you have to find out your port number, and that port number you can get from php.ini. In the MySQL server, you have config, right? You can click on that config and then you will open php.ini file. In that php.ini file, you can find out your port. And then the same port you have to use. By default, it's 3306, I think. So by default, when I open localhost php admin, it understands I need to go to simple that one only, 3306. But if you are changing the port, you need to put it. Sir, how connect MySQL Workbench to our server? See, it should not be difficult, right, Dipanshu? MySQL Workbench will also have the host and username, password, database name. These four things we needed. You need to find out how can we get these four things from the MySQL Workbench. I think Ekta is also using, right? The MySQL Workbench, right, Ekta? So how you find it that host username and database password? You can just tell that to Dipanshu. So that could help him to connect his Node.js server to MySQL Workbench. Joseph is saying it's not consoling in my server. It's not consoling in my terminal. What is that? Which thing you're talking about right now, Joseph? What is not consoling in your terminal? Not getting consoled in terminal. I understood now. You're not getting consoled, but what you are trying to do, you have to tell that also, right? I understood you're not getting consoled something, but what? That's what I'm trying to understand. There would be something you are printing or anything like, right? You are doing console.log in index.js file or server file. What you are trying to do? Okay, so I think we have already spent 5 to 6 minutes, and I think some of the people have not joined. Yes, I'm doing console. So find out, Joseph, are you in the right file? When you are running node that file name.js, are you at the correct place? Let's try it again. Let's open your project again and then try it. It should work. Mine is 3307. Yes. Then you have to provide that port number 3307/phpMyAdmin. So just restart your server and check php.ini file, Nishant. That is it having the same port still or not? So I think you have to restart everything, right? You have to restart the XAMPP, and then it will work. Then it should work. And after restarting, you should check the config folder, config again for MySQL. That is it having that 3306 or not, 3037 or not. And if it is having, and everything is showing green, then check again the localhost port. Okay. Okay, so guys, as we have discussed yesterday night, that we are going to discuss today about the categories, right? In e-commerce app, very important part of that e-commerce app is categories, because when you open any e-commerce web app, you will definitely find a lot of categories there, like electronics, like we will see Amazon.com. Will simply go. That is our Amazon. That is our e-commerce app, right? So we can open that. I was also opening the Sequelize. So let's open the Sequelize main documentation part. So if we are stucking somewhere in the queries, so we can simply see it here, right? And then we can go into the Amazon.com, yeah, Amazon.in. Yeah. So guys, you can see there, these are the categories, right? We can see a digital content and device, shop by department. We can see mobile is a category, computer is a category, TV appliances is a category, men's fashion is a category, right? Like if I open any of the column men's fashion, you can see again different categories. Clothing is there, TB certain polos are there, shirts are there, right? So these are the categories which we had, and all the e-commerce app will have it. Let's see in the Flipkart.com. This is also another e-commerce app. You can see the categories on the top: mobile, fashion, electronics, beauty, home, appearance, appliance, furniture, travel, grocery. So these are the categories every e-commerce have, and which helps user to directly enter into those categories. Like if somebody wants to purchase furniture, they will simply click on the furniture category. If they want to purchase electronics, they will simply click on the electronics. If we do not have categories, then all the product will come in one page. Then people will find it difficult to find any product which they want to purchase it, right? So that's why all the e-commerce applications divide their products based on the categories, and then they first display the categories, and when you enter into that categories, then you will see the products. right? Then you will see the products. See, they have again other multiple, see, subcategories are there. Under the mobile, they have subcategories also. Smartwatches, headphones, speaker, laptop, and tablets. Now, if I open a tablet, now we'll see the products. These are the products, right? That's how that's how the categories are that much important. Okay, so let's first do the initial setup for Sequelize, because see, today we are going to use Sequelize for creating our category model or category table, right? So first let's do the Sequelize setup. I think we already had everything on Sequelize, but we'll just install Sequelize CLI, correct? If I share my screen, yeah, already sharing it. And if I go into the session 2, let's create a new branch first. So we have session 1. I will just go keep the same branch, like keep the same files, but we will go into the session 2. Let me check right now in which folder I am. So git status, so I am in revision branch. Let's go back to session 1. Right now I'm in the session 1 branch. You can see config is there, .env is there. Let's go back to, now let's create a new branch, session 2. Okay. Now with that, hey guys, you want me to use terminal here or directly this big terminal? Let me know which terminal you want, like big screen or with the VS Code only. VS Code only, right? Okay, okay, great, great, great. So we'll use the VX Code only. Thank you, thank you. So let's close this one. Yes. So let's see. So first, very quickly see what we have done in the session 1. So because today's class is going to extend the session 1, which we have done on Wednesday. Wednesday, yes, which we have done on Wednesday. And this class is going to extend the same folder structure, everything from there only. Okay. So let's see. Let's quickly recap that and then move from there. Okay. And guys, in meanwhile, when I'm doing the recapping and talking about these stories things, please try to start Jam server. Database should be working in your machine today. Otherwise, it will create problems. You cannot understand anything because database is important, because today we are going to interact totally with database with the help of Sequelize. Okay. So meanwhile, when I'm recapping, talking about these things, please start your database servers. Jam, MySQL Workbench, MySQL, whatever you guys have. I have already started. You can see MySQL database and Apache Web Server both are running. And if I open the localhost PHP admin, you can see that's also working, right? So that's what you guys also have to do the similar. Let's do the recap in meanwhile, what we have already done in the Wednesday class. Okay. So in Wednesday class, we have started with packet.json because yes, so yes, there. So I have already told you that once we set up our server, we should once we are going to create our projects, we should always start with creating a folder, correct? So our folder name was backend cohort 6. This is the root folder, correct, which we have created, backend cohort 6. And everything whatever we are going to do, we are going to do inside this folder only, correct? So then in the backend cohort 6 we went here, and then we then we went in the same folder in our terminal also. So you can see right now backend cohort is there. If I do pwd, the path, you can see it's inside the desktop folder, and backend cohort 6 is there. So that is the first thing which we need to do. After that, we have initialize our project, initialize our node.js project, and we did that with the help of npm init -y, npm init, sorry. Let me read the readme.md. There's a git documentation file. So the first step was npm init, correct? So first step we did that, npm init. Then the next command which we ran, because we need some dependencies like these: express, .env, body parser, Sequelize, correct? So we will just quickly write these also. We have already done it yesterday. Very quickly I'm doing this. npm install, express, Sequelize, .env, MySQL2, body parser, and minus minus save. I already told you why we use minus minus save. So these packages will be in our package.json also. If you will not keep minus minus save, these package will be in the node modules, but not in our package.json file. Okay, that's why we do minus minus save. So that's what we did. After that, I remember we have understood the .env, why we are keeping the environment file here. And if we are having this environment file, for reading this environment file, we need this package required .env.config. This line we need it, right? For reading the data from .env. That's why we use this file. Then we created the config folder where we kept our db config and our server config. Correct? That's what we did today. That's what we did in the last class. Correct? So Joseph is saying, should I change any settings? No, actually, uh, no. We do not need to do any setting changes for anything. Oh, you are facing that same problem. You are saying console is not printing for you. Oh, it's weird, right? It should work, right? You are saying you are creating a see. Let me see if I'm doing a similar thing for you or not. So see, backend and under the backend cohort, I'm just creating a new file, index.js. You have also done the same, right? Already index.js already is there. Let's create app.js. So I've created one file app.js and I'm doing console.log. Check the spelling and everything. Hey, I am app.js. Right? This is the spelling console.log and I'm just keeping it in the single quotes, right? Hey, I am app.js. And then you are saying you are running this file with this node app.js and you are not able to see the console. Is it the same scenario for you? Okay, Joseph. So you can check first node version, node minus v. Do you have any version here? Oh, it's very weird. It should not happen. Is it check everyone like is there you guys are any other person are also facing the same problem? Hey guys, do this thing. Just create a new file app.js and put one console there and then run this file node app.js. Are you guys able to see the console.log? Visual, it's good for Ekta. What about others? Do it very quickly. Arad, Nitesh, Vishnu, Vishal, and whoever else is there. Sarad, yes. Do everyone do it? Do this, create a new file app.js in the root folder, inside the root folder, and write the console.log. For Sarad also visual, Bharat also visual. Hey Joseph, it seems like you have to restart your server. You restart your machine. It seems like if JavaScript is Node.js is not working in your system, it's weird. Hey, just share your screen. Just share your screenshot also before that, like whatever the file you are using and whatever the content, and then uh, share the console also, like all three things: folder structure, file, and console. All three things. Let's see if you are missing anything. Working, working, working. Okay, so it's working for everyone. I'm not sure what is happening with Joseph today. It should work. Okay, so let's move back to. So yeah, let me delete this file which we have created. Okay, so now let's guys first install the Sequelize CLI. Okay, first install the Sequelize CLI because Sequelize CLI help us to do a lot of things automatic, like config creation, right? I think we need to delete might be our config folder, or let's see how we are going to, because we have created our own config folder, and the Sequelize will create also his own config folder. So we'll see that what's the problem is there. It will create the model folder for us. It will create the model file for us. Everything it will do. We do not need to do those things. So that's why we will install Sequelize CLI. So in the same repo, in the same folder, backend cohort 6, we will install the Sequelize CLI. Okay, so let's install it. npm install sequelize. Spelling could be wrong, so let me check it. Yes, Q is missing. Yes, I was thinking like something is missing. Yes, sequelize minus CLI. And see, guys, I'm not doing minus minus save this time. So I'm expecting this should not be here because that's the behavior of npm. If you're not providing minus minus save, it should not come here, but it should come in the node modules folder here. So let's see it's happening or not. Or Express has become advanced, but it should not be. So guys, you guys also try this, and let's see. You guys also try this. Now it's working. Okay. It's weird, Joseph. Yeah, try this. So see, somehow this sequelize CLI has come here. But yeah, if the purpose of minus minus save is only that to keep things in packet.json. But it seems like Express is automatically doing that. Let me see if they have changed anything recently. Let me see very quickly. Minus minus save in Express in npm. When the following command used by npm install, this will save all your install core package in dependency section in the packet.json. See, that's what they're saying. Minus minus save means whatever package or dependency you're installing, it will install them, it will keep them into the dependency section in the packet.json. But I think I haven't provided, but still it stored in packet.json. So it seems like Express has like what we say, modified their code base, and now they are simply doing it without providing the minus minus save also. See, minus minus save purpose is what I know, that when you will install any package with npm install package name minus minus save, it will keep that package name in your packet.json file here. See, when I'm installing sequelize.cli with minus minus save, it will keep this name in packet.json under the dependencies section. Minus minus save that minus minus save does that, but it seems like now I have not provided, right, minus minus save. Still this is doing the same thing. So I am also confused now that minus minus save is playing any role at all or not. But when I started working on the node.js, if I run this command, it will not save a sequelize CLI here. So it seems like Express has updated himself. So by default, if you are not providing minus minus save or save, it will do this. It will keep that entry in packet.json under the dependency section. Okay. Yeah, I think Bharat is saying that in new version of Node.js not require minus minus save. So yeah, I think that's why minus minus save is not needed there. Thank you, Bharat, for confirming it. Npm install minus g sequelize. Oh, minus g. See, difference between minus g or when we are not providing minus g, it's like we want to install some package globally in our machine. So see, when we will install packages globally, we can use it in anywhere. So right now, the package we have installed sequelize CLI, we can only use inside the backend cohort folder. Only inside the backend cohort. Let me confirm that thing to you. So right now I'm in the backend cohort, right? And let's run npx sequelize. You can see npx sequelize. When I run npx sequelize, all the help command of npx sequelize has come for us, right? And let me go back to desktop folder now, right? Let me run now npx sequelize. So it is trying to install because npx is globally installed. Let's see, is it able to find it sequelize or not? But see, it is trying to install it first. So npx is right now not reading from my folder. It is trying to install sequelize first. Yeah. Or at the end, it is saying command not found. So what npx does, एंड सी यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, डेस्कटॉप क्या है कि जब भी हम कोई पैकेज ग्लोबली इंस्टॉल करते हैं, वो हमारे सिस्टम में कहीं एक जगह स्टोर कर लेता है जाकर के, ठीक है। और जब वो पैकेजेस फिर हम अगर npx के थ्रू सर्च करते हैं, तो वो उस ग्लोबल फोल्डर में जाके सर्च करता है और वहां से उस पैकेज को लेकर आ जाता है, ठीक है। तो जब भी हम माइनस जी किसी भी पैकेज के साथ, व्हेन वी पुट माइनस जी विद एनी ऑफ द पैकेज, it will store that package in that global folder in our system. Okay, and then it will pick from there. But in this case, we have not installed Sequelize globally. That's why it's not able to find it. But if we do the same thing in backend cohort, in the backend cohort, because we have installed it, and that package right now in the node modules, if I go down, you will see Sequelize CLI. If I go down a little bit under the S, it should be here. Yeah, you can see Sequelize CLI and Sequelize. So that's why when we run the same command npx Sequelize here, it will work. See, it's not able to find it. It's not doing anything. So that's the difference between minus G and when we are not providing minus G. Okay. Okay, guys. When we do minus G, that package will be installed globally, and then we can use that package from anywhere. Correct. And when we are installing without minus G, that package will only be installed in that folder, backend cohort. Right now we are using the backend cohort, and that will install in that backend cohort folder. That's the difference between minus G and minus G or without minus G. Install versus I, same. Both are same. Install I is a short form of install. Both are same. What is the difference between npm and yarn? See, both are same packages like npm and yarn. Both have the actually same repo also. So, but yeah, it seems like yarn is little bit faster than npm. People say it like when they are working in React or next projects, they say that yarn is little bit faster than npm, and yarn provide a lot of advanced feature compared to npm. So yeah, I think that's the difference only. But both are same. Both does the same thing. They install packages, they update your dependencies. Whatever we are doing with the npm, we can do similar thing with yarn also. Yeah, like similar multiple languages, multiple dependency tools. That's the difference, npm and yarn. Okay, so we have installed the Sequelize CLI. So now let's do the initial setup. Then we need to write npx Sequelize init, right? It will create all the folder. So have everyone installed Sequelize CLI in their system, in their project? Great, great. So next, let's see. Let's run npx Sequelize init, and I am believing it should. Let's see what happened with config folder. Will create any problem or not? Sorry, npx Sequelize init. Tell me in the readme first. I need to write what I did today. So first I install npm install npm install Sequelize. Yes, Sequelize CLI, right? Let's init. Let's see. So it has created the config/config.json. See, it has created config/config.json file. Okay. So what we can do, guys, we can move these files in config folder only. Yeah, and we can delete our config folders because now we can use a one global package only. Correct. And let's delete the seeders right now because we are not going to use the seeders. Migration is fine. Let's keep that. And you can see all the models has come automatically. It will check our development file. And let's talk about this file also, guys. Okay. Have everyone done the same? Let me first push the changes. Sequelize init. Hit push. Try it, guys. Try it. You guys also do to do npm Sequelize init. I haven't. I have deleted the configs folder. Earlier we have configs folder, right? So what I did, I moved all the files from configs folder to config folder. dp.db.config.js, server.config.js. Okay. Oh, actually, guys, we do not need now db.config.js. This file also we do not need because we are going to use this config.json directly from here. Okay. So I think db.config.json is also not needed because this is the db.config only. Okay. So we have deleted these many files. Let me commit this also. removed db.config.js. Yes, I have posted those changes as well. Yeah. So what I did here, guys, first I did npx equalize init. First I ran this command npx equalize init. So what this command does, it has created one config folder. It has created config.json file automatically for us. Then it created model folder, then index.js inside model folder, and then it created the migration and seeders folder. I deleted the seeders folder. I'm keeping the migration folder right now. Okay. Then what I did, we already have the configs folder. In the config folder, we were having two files, db.config.js and server.config.js. I deleted the db.config.js because now we do not need that, because all the db configuration is coming from this file, right? This is the same value which we were having, right? But this is more better. This is coming based on our environment. You can see test production, right? It is coming based on our environment. So, and in server.config.js, we are still doing the same thing. Okay. Are we good with this, guys? What did you delete? So already told. npx, sir, wait for a while. Oh, sure, guys. You guys also try the same. And in meanwhile, let me provide the repo. Otherwise, you guys will get sleeping, right? You guys also have to try. I will wait, no problem. I will first provide you the repo as well. Okay. What is happening with session 2? Yeah, there. Yeah. Yeah, check this folder. Check this path. What I deleted. No. Config.json. No. Yes. So delete. So db.js was yesterday class. We have already come out of that. You can check this folder structure, which I provided right now. You can see this. Yeah, sure. Index.js in models. Yes, we will talk about that file. First, let's create everything. Then we are going to only talk about the index.js only. We are going to discuss about this file only. Yeah, this one. We'll talk about this file only. What is happening here? Yeah. What this file exactly doing automatically, which is created. So we'll talk about this. No, Nishant, we have to move only server.config.js from config folder to config and then delete whole configs folder. Hey, you guys open this Git repo, right? I provided you this Git repo. Where is that? Yeah. Yeah, this Git repo, right? Not this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, open this Git folder which I provided. You can see now configs is not there. It's only config. And inside config, we have only two files, config.json, server.config.js. You only need that file. Okay. Just match the GitHub URL which I provided. For Hariharan, it is done. Okay. What about Nishant? What about Parag? What about Joseph? Joseph is also done. What about Ekta U? Nitesh also done. Arad also done. Sarad also done. Vishnu also done. Okay. Ekta also done. Okay. Is there anyone who is left? Vasu. Vasu, you have done it. Dipanshu. Dipanshu has already said yes. Yeah, Vasu has also done. Yeah, Dipanshu has also. Okay, so now everyone has done it. So let's now look into the models index.js file. What exactly that file is doing? That automatically file which created, and I believe that file is doing two things. First is making connection with database based on our environment. If our environment is development, it will go to the config.json file and take the environment from there, and then it will look for the values from there. Okay, this is the first thing. And second thing, it is bringing all the models it is bringing all the models. Like we will create multiple models, right? Category, use products, these models. So it is bringing all the models at one place, and then in all, like wherever we want to use those models, we can simply call this file, and we'll get all the models, right? So let's see what is happening in that code. But I am just telling you these two things is happening in that file only. First, making database connection based on our environment. Second, bringing all the models at one place so people can simply import this models file, particular this one model slash index, and then they can use all the models. These two things are happening there. Okay, on the top level I told. Let's see now. So yes, the first thing is totally correct. You can see these lines, they are using our environment variable, right? Config.use env variable, and from this variable they are reading our environment. From this variable they are reading our environment, and then based on that they are just starting they are just making the connection. You can see database name, username, password, and all these things are coming. So from line number 12 to line number 16, this is happening all the database connection creation. We are providing the database name, username, and password. Correct? And you can see from where these values are coming. These values are coming from config. And you can see from where this config variable is coming. That is coming from config/config.json. And that file is this. If I go into the config, yeah, this file. So from here, this username, password, database is going on our environment name, and you can see they are using config.json and env. And from where env is coming, and from node_env. I already told, right? Node_env is the variable which everyone use for checking the environment name. Correct? So let's see. In our environment, node env is development. So this value in the model index.js, this value will be development. So guys, let me know, will this file be able to read it, node_env? Will this index.js file able to read node_env? Great, Ekta. So my question is, does this index.js file be able to read node_env from this .env file? क्या index.js फाइल इस node_env वेरिएबल को .env से रीड कर पाएगा? Can he do it? Saraj is saying yes. Hariharan saying we need to import. No. Dipanshu is saying no. Whoever is saying no, can you tell me why? Can you tell me why? Why node env will not be there? Yes. Vashu has said the correct answer. We have to use required.env.config in our main file, which we are going to start the server. And main file is our app.js. हमें वहां पर .env.config करना पड़ेगा, तभी उस तभी index.js can read the node_env variable. Otherwise, without required.env.config, no file can read anything from the .env file. Okay, guys. So that's why right now this will automatically take this value development, because this will give undefined to us. Node env will not be there, so it will give undefined. So it will take development, and then from development these values will come: username, password, database, and these things will come. Dialect, okay. And then you can see these things will be going here: config.database, config.username, config.password, and config. And then our sequelize will be initialized. Sequelize means database connection will happen. Same internally, sequelize will use MySQL2, and MySQL2 will connect to database 2. Right? That's what we have done in the yesterday class. So that's what, from these to these lines, guys, only the database connection is happening. Okay, let's go to next lines. So now, guys, here what is happening? Now here we are reading all the files from our current directory. Why we are reading? Because in this, under the models only, we are going to create multiple models, category models, user models, post models, right? Product models, all will be created here only. So that's why we are right now reading the current directory with the help of FS. And see, till now, till this guys, till here, only the thing which is happening, we are combining all the models at one object. Like there will be multiple of models, correct? Say models I already told, right? We will create models after this discussion. We will create the category model, right? In the similar way, category model will be there, product model will be there, and user model will be there, and there will multiple models. And what these lines are doing from line number 18 to 32, they are combining all the models at one place. So right, rather than like when we want to use category model, we do not need to call the category model file. We can simply call the models folder, and then all the model will be available here. So that's what guys happening here. In the DB variable, we are keeping one by one all the models name here. Okay, so that's what these lines are doing. And then once these lines are doing, then we are just simply exporting sequelize and sequelize also. Like in the same, see, they have created DB variable right here, the objects. So first in this DB variable, they are keeping all the models. Then they are keeping the global connection of sequelize also here. So if we somehow somewhere we want to use sequelize, we can simply use the sequelize directly also. So you guys understood guys what we are doing here? Two things. We are doing only two things. One, we are reading our and like database connection information from the config, then starting our or then making connection with database. First thing is that. Second thing, all the models which we are going to create will be imported in this one file only. Then from this file we can read all the models. Two things are happening there only. Okay, guys, are we good? What is happening there? And we do not need to touch any line there. We do not need to touch any line there in that file. We just need to now create a new models. Every time we need to create a new models, automatically those models will be available for us because this file is doing that part. Okay, sir, there are two index.js file in our folder window. Do we need to make two index file? Okay, let me check how we have two index.js file. In the, no, in models we only have one index.js, right? Where are you seeing two index.js file in models? Nishan? Yeah, in root, that's fine, right? Root is different. Root is different folder. In one folder, there should be one file, right? In one folder, it should be one file. Sir, .env not showing for you. So you have to create .env, right? See, in GitHub, I have not, see, in the git ignore, where's git ignore? I have added the .env because we never share our .env in, you can see .env. So we never share the .env to GitHub or anyone because our environment is my environment. Your environment will be different. So that's why you need to create .env file, Nitesh, in your folder structure. Okay. Okay, guys. So now we are good with models. So let's create first model. How to create? Simply, how we create files. Go here. Like first you should be in the root folder. You should be in the root folder. Now create new and write .env. Just you need to do this .env. Automatically it will be created for you. Okay. Okay. So now we have understood this thing. Now let's talk about creating a model. Correct, guys? Now we are going to create the models. So see, before creating a models, we need to think how many columns or how many attributes we need in that model. Model is similar to table in Sequelize. In Sequelize only. In Sequelize, model is similar to table. Correct. So now let's think about. First, we should create DB, right? I think it's when we will import. Oh, you're right. Yes, yes. We need to create a database also. Yes, yes. So, guys, yes, Ekta is totally right. We need to create first database, then we can create the models because tables or models will be inside the database only. So first, let's create the database. Okay. So for creating a database, we just need to change our configurations here. right? In that config.json. So everyone come to the config.json file and let's check the development, what values we are providing the under the development. Because I am using phpMyAdmin, my username is root, password is null, and database I am thinking to give e-commerce. E-commerce. Okay, and my host is this, my dialect is MySQL. So check your also, and based on your environment, provide the values. Some people might need to provide port also. Like for Nishant or for somebody, we need to add the port also. So for the port, it will be like this only, port. And I think we can provide, for me, I think it's a 3306. Let me check. It should be, I think, number only, not that. Yeah, let's check. Everyone, please check this file. Username, password, database, host, dialect. If you are using any other port, then provide it here. Otherwise, MySQL always connect in 3306 by default. You do not need to provide it. Please, everyone, check this file. And once you check this file, let me know. And I think everyone can ask why we are doing in development only. Can anyone tell me why we are checking only the development, not the test or production one? Anyone? Why we are checking only development one? Because in this way, see, when we ask question, we just think about why we are doing this. Because there is only one environment. Not fully, not fully satisfied with the answer, Nissan. Our environment is dev. How you are deciding our environment is dev? In models index.js take development as well. Yes, Hari RNS totally correct. See, in the models index.js, we can see if we are not having anything in the node env, it will automatically it will take development as a value. So that's why we are changing in development. Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah, Hari RNS correct. Taken the right thing. Said the right thing. Okay, because you can see in the index models index.js, we are reading the, by default we are reading from development. First we are reading from node underscore env, but node underscore env we have not defined required dot env any place. So that's why this will take development as a by default value, and that's why we are changing the configuration. Okay, so if everyone has done that, yes, everyone yes. So yes, if everyone has done that change, so let's run the command to start our server. So which server, sorry, to create a database. So I think the command was npx sequelize db create. If I remember, this is the command. Let's see, this is a command or not. Npx sequelize db create. Yes, loaded configuration file config/config.json using environment development database e-commerce created. Let me know in the chat it is working for you or not. And do not copy it from me. You also run the same command. Npx sequelize space db colon create. For Hariharan, it is created. Let me show you also in the database. We have e-commerce or not. Right now you can see we cannot see e-commerce anywhere. Right? Let's refresh it. You cannot see, right? E-commerce anywhere. Oh, e-commerce is there. Let's see. Yeah, it's automatically updated, I think. When I open the URL, it automatically get updated. You can see e-commerce is there. Okay, it does not have any table. So we'll create the model and table will be there. So I will wait for this, wait for some seconds. So you guys can also do that. So no, Vishal, if you are using if you are using it JAMP only, it will automatically take 3306. You do not need to provide the port. So for Nishant, it is done. For Ekta, it is done. Ekta is saying, sir, can you show that model.sync which you mentioned yesterday so that I can get that? Yeah, we'll do that. Wait, Ekta, we'll do that. We'll do that. Some error coming. Yeah, Dipanshu. What error it is? Is it the database connection error? And Ekta, if you want to see, like, you can go to this repo, right? In the date 10, I think we have it here in the app.js. Okay, this is sequelize.authenticate. Isn't the date 9? Yeah. Here, okay, here also we are doing this sequelize.authenticate. So here just you need to do user.sync. This line user.sync. Here in this place, you need to write await user.sync and force true. Let me write it for you. I'm just giving this to you, Ekta. Just I'm using the user as a model. Yes, yes. Await. Put await also before that. Yeah, Hariharan has already provided. Put await before that. So Nitesh has sent doubt. So let's see his doubt first. Access denied for user root as localhost. I think we were getting this thing right. Access denied for user root as localhost. Was it like a database problem? Like the password problem? You need to provide any password, Nitesh? Means wrong password. Yeah, wrong password. Dipanshu has also said the dot. So doubt. So Nitesh, just check for your password. Seems like the wrong password is there. Yes, yes, Ekta. Let's see what doubt he has that Dipanshu has shared with us. Let's see. So he has said all the three things to me. Good, good. Okay, so successfully created CDS folder. Okay. Okay, so we are in the e-commerce folder. Okay. NPX. अरे भाई very small error, huh? Sequelize spelling is wrong for you, Dipanshu. Sequelize spelling is wrong for you guys. Very small error. I can see that Sequelize spelling is wrong for you. That's why you can see, right? It is not able to found the Sequelize. It means Sequelize spelling is wrong for you. Okay, so please correct that. Let's see, Nitesh, loaded configuration file config/config.json using environment development. Internal crypto has type error invalid organization type. Hmm. Hmm. So like Sequelize is able to read your config file from folder. It is also taken the development environment, but somehow it was not able to connect to your database. Hmm. Hmm. I think first check the password thing in your case. I think because it's not giving me proper error here. I'm not able to see the proper error here. So not able to answer you. Seems like some password problem only, Nitesh, in your case. Okay, so Dipanshu has given again one doubt. Okay, what is this? Hey, is it the same or? Oh, okay, you have okay connection. So you are using port number 2500 in your case because you can see Sequelize is out running, but it seems like your database connection has now got problem. So you are using port number as a 2500, Nitesh, Dipanshu? Yes, okay. So 2500. So okay, so 25, but localhost PHP my admin is opening for you. Oh, so you, it means Suraj, you haven't joined yesterday class, Suraj? Have you joined yesterday class, Suraj? I have already answered this thing, right? And I have requested everyone to join at 8 o'clock, right? And I'm very thankful. Thanks a lot for you guys to joining it at 8 o'clock. Thanks a lot for that. So yeah, Dipanshu, I think we are having some problem with here that port connection only, because see, it is saying simply that it is refusing the connection with this port number and this host. It seems like the port number is the problem here. Local. So you are running it. You are running it that sorry, that try without port number once. It's worked for me. But I think in the case of Dipanshu, he has already changed the port, right? Right, Dipanshu, you have changed the port in php.ini, correct? Hey, why you are having 252500? Are you using the server port? Hey, Jamp, see, Jamp is running for you, right? Dipanshu, Jamp is running for you, right? It crashed. Jamp is crashing for you. What is the error? Sure, Dipanshu. Look into that. See, you should not use server port. It looks like we have provided server port as 2500. If you're using that, that is server port, not a database port. If you're using Jamp, I think you do not need to provide any port if you have not changed the port. Okay. Yes, server port and data ports are different. Okay, guys. So whoever so let me know in the meanwhile. Everyone has created the tables. Are they able to see it? If they are open the localhost PHP admin, are they able to see the database e-commerce? Arad has doubt in meanwhile. Let's see his doubt also. Okay, so yeah, that's doubt is answered. Let's see the Arad doubts. Okay, lot of red things are coming there. So why minus G is there? Arad, why we are having minus G? And I think your sequelized spelling is also wrong. Your sequelized spelling is also wrong. Minus G is not. Why minus G we are giving? I haven't told you to give minus G. So please do not provide minus G here. Okay. And your sequelized spelling is also wrong. And let me see the DB create you are writing correctly or not. Yeah, you are writing DB colon create correctly. That's right. So you have to correct two things. One is you have to first remove the minus G and correct the sequelized spelling. Let's see, Nishant has put it out. Okay. So, yes. See, your MySQL is running in 4932 and port is 3307. So, yeah, it should be 3307, right, for you? Why are you using 2500? In the port file, provide 3307. Okay, Nishant? And let's see what error is giving. 418 use why unable to open process. Status change. I think yeah, everything is running for you. Earlier it was crashing, but right now it's running. So in your here, let me share my screen. Here in this port, you have to use 3307. Okay, let's try with that. 3307. Try that. Oh, PHP my admin is not working. Oh, okay. Let me see. Localhost. If I provide this port, is it working or not? Like if I provide 3036 slash PHP my admin, will it work or not? Oh, it's not. I think somewhere else we need to define this thing. Let me check. How can we open? How can we open Jam PHP my admin in different port? Let me check. I think there would be somewhere some settings which we need to do. How to change Apache and MySQL port number? Okay. Apache, go to path to Jam folder, Apache conf folder, OPS will go on the default port for Apache is 80 unless you have changed it. whenever you must replace. Okay. How do I run PageMap in different code? Okay. By default, included in the Apache configuration for all the new ones. I think a lot of things we need to do there. We need to change the Apache configurations because PHPMyAdmin is only running with the help of Apache. We need to check for the Apache. So we'll look into that. Okay. I will just look into. I will just find some article and then I will provide you. Okay. I will change my port first, 33062 to some other port, and then I will try to, then I will follow the steps, and then I will provide you also, Nishan. But in meanwhile, if everything is working from VS Code also, that's good. Okay. So Suraj is saying what to install, please repeat. Okay, Suraj. So see, if you have already joined the Sequelize class, and if you have already done the Sequelize class, we have done only that much step. So first you need to install Sequelize CLI. So see, in the session one, we have only installed the Sequelize, but today first we have installed the Sequelize CLI. After that, we ran this command, npx Sequelize. Yeah, let me run that command also for you. Npx Sequelize init. So first we ran, as you will run this command, you will get one config folder with config.json file. Correct? After that, what I did, we already have configs folder from our session one, which were having server.config.js, db.config.js. So I deleted db.config.js and moved the server.config.js file to config folder. Deleted configs folder and db.config.js. Then move the server.config to here. That's what till now I did. And then I changed some of the configuration in database here. Like didn't change anything. If you have already done the earlier Sequelize class, you will know that we just provided values here. And then simply we ran this command npx Sequelize db create. Till now, that's what we did. So in simple words, we just installed Sequelize CLI, created a database. That's what. Okay, Suraj? We just installed the Sequelize CLI, init our Sequelize project, and then created a database. Three things we did. Okay. And deletion part, that's fine. Configs. If you are not understood the deletion part, that's fine. Keep the things as they are. If you have the configs folder, keep that. No problem. Okay. Okay, guys. So now we have created the database. Now let's create the model. And I told you before creating models, let's talk about what are the columns or attributes we need. Okay. So we are talking about here category. So I think category name and category description. These are two main columns which we should have. Correct. So like based on the category name, we can find out some of the things, right? And category ID, because in Sequelize, three columns automatically created. ID, created at, updated at. So that's why we do not need to worry about these three columns. ID, created at, and updated at. We need to create only two columns, which is name and description. Are we good with that? That guys, are we understood why we need three columns in category? Sorry, two columns in category only. So total 5 columns will be created. ID, name, description, like the name of category, little bit description about category, about that category, and then created it and updated it. Created, updated, and ID. These things automatically Sequelize will create. So we only need to create 2 columns, which is name and description. Are we good with that, guys? I think you guys might be hearing some noise in some minutes because I can hear it. So I think the Tajia is coming. So when you guys are not able to hear me, I will just sit at some other place. So yeah. And before creating a folder, before creating a tape model, let's see in the slides. Are they also keeping the same number of fields or they are having any other fields? Let's see. Yes, they also have two attributes only, name and description. Name and description. You can see. See, this is ID, name, description created. So these columns created and updated at an ID. Sequelize automatically will create for you. So we only need to create name and description. Okay. Are we good, guys, with that? Okay, so let's create it. Let's create it. Okay, let's create it. Everyone will create it. First, you guys will see me, and then we will create it. So, Suraj, this is the next step where we have already created where we have already first initialized our Sequelize project, then created a database. Now we are creating the models. So, NPX, Sequelize. Let's see, I remember the syntax is still or not. I think model colon generate, right? And I think then we have to provide the model name. We can give it categories. Capital is I'm just following the okay, what we say, the best practices, categories, and let's talk about the attributes now. See, this is the npx command for model generate. Okay, npx equalize model generate. Then we are telling the our model name, our table name, which is categories. Now I'm telling how many attributes are there. So I think the first attribute is name, and I think type will be text. Let's see text it is taking or not. And second is description, right? Let's give it text also. I think, yeah, these are only the columns or attributes we needed. Let's see this is working for me or not. Okay, something is wrong. Uh, Sequelize might be using Sequelize wrong spelling, but no, Sequelize spelling is correct. So model generate spelling is wrong. Unknown argument description. It is not able to read the description. I think I need to provide comma. I think. Let's see. I need to provide might be comma after that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to provide a comma because I have not provided anything between these two. So that's why. So you can see new model was created. I was saying, right, all the models will be created in the models folder. Now index.js will automatically read these models. So now I can see categories.js. It is exporting one class. You can see one class. It has created one class which is extending the model, and it has two fields: name, description. Correct. And if we look into the migration, we'll see id is there, created at and updated at is there. Let's check in the database also. Do we have this model or not? Let me check very quickly. Under the e-commerce, let's refresh it. Oh, no. Sorry guys, we have created the models in our system. We need to now sync it with database. It will not automatically create it. We need to sync it, right? So first we will do that syncing later. We'll do the syncing later. First, you guys create the models in your local environment. And let me change my position because I'm able to hearing the sounds. Let me sit in another place. 1 minute, guys. In meanwhile, try to create the models in your system. And let me pass this line also, which I ran it. I am passing that line, but do not copy it from here, guys. Just read it, and because while copying, something can be missing, right? Some extra space can come, extra comma can come. So please just see it here and write it in your terminal. Okay, let me know who has done it, and let me know who. I'm sure a lot of people are facing the problems also, but yeah, let me know. Let me change the position in meanwhile. So for Hariharan, it is done. What about others? For Ekta, it is done. Okay. Okay. Nishant has also done. Vasu has also done. What about you, Parag? What about Joseph? What about Suraj, Vishnu, Hariharan? Okay. Arad and Vishal. For Parag, it's error. Please tell me what is the error. For Arad, it is done. For Vishal, he's doing. Okay, great. Do it, Vishal. For Vishnu, now it is done. Okay, great. Arad is saying, but I cannot see changes in localhost. Yeah, you cannot see the changes there. You can only, because we need to sync. We need to sync our model to database. That we will do. But first create in our your project folder only. In your project folder, are you able to see these files category.js? Are you able to see the correct name and type which you have provided? Name, text, description. These things, are you able to see it? नितेश के लिए बोल रहा है कि उसका डेटाबेस सेट नहीं है अभी, बट मॉडल कमांड रन हो गई है. हाँ, मॉडल कमांड रन हो जाएगी क्योंकि उसको डेटाबेस की जरूरत नहीं है ना. नाउ विल डू द सिंकिंग देन डेटाबेस नीडेड. डेटाबेस हमारा क्यों नहीं सेटअप है? क्या हो गया नितेश? And Parag was also facing error. What was the error, Parag? Is it syntax error or some database error? Not audible. Am I not audible to you guys? Audible, okay. There is always problem when I pass two attributes. So I need to do with one attribute, then modify the file. It's always weird. It should not happen, right? I did it in front of you only. It should not happen. You have to just provide comma and do not keep. See, I do not kept any space between the attributes. Name, colon text without any space, just keeping description text. Let's try with that. Just delete the categories and migration file, category model and delete, and then try to do it again. Hey, it should happen, man. Parag, it should happen. Try it. Nitesh, sorry, it's my mistake. Okay, no problem. There should be no space between the commas, Parag. Yeah, that's right. It used to happen with me as well. Yeah. See, I think that's only is happening. Nitesh is saying, can you repeat which part, Nitesh? Are you talking about the creation of model? So I am saying that while creating any models, when you are providing the attributes, you can see here, when we are providing the attributes, we should not keep any space between the attributes name. See, name colon text, comma, without space, description colon text. I told you, do not copy. Do not copy it. You should write it. You go and write it in terminal. So Vishnu, we are creating a tape model here. We have created our database. Now we need model. So we are creating the category model in our project folder. So that's what we have done it. But sir, मैंने database नहीं create किया. So you have to run for database creation. You have to run npx sequelize db colon create. I write first, then copy. No, no, do not copy, because in copying, sometimes some things got missed. Model, we ran this command, right? What happened with this? We ran this command, npx sequelize. Then we created model only. Nitesh, it looks like Nitesh is confused. So Nitesh, first we created a database with the command npx sequelize db colon create. Then we ran this command for creating our. I will put it into the readme also for later. Yeah, there's 6 line number for creating our models also. Let me also push the changes. Model creation. Yeah, done it. कौन सा error, Nitesh? Sir, please show migration file. Sure. This is the migration file. Parag, where we are having our table schema. You can see ID is there, name is there. So simple migration purpose is when we are going to any other database, we can just simply run this file and automatically table and everything will be created for us. Same happen with seeders also. In migration we keep the column name, but in the seeders we keep the data. Some data we keep it there in seeders. Okay. Difference between npx and npm. Npm is like installing any packages which are in the remote repo. We do npm install and those packages will be installed in our system. Npx is when we already install package and we want to directly use it in terminal, then we use npx sequelize. So npx sequelize we have already installed. Now we are using that directly, that package in our terminal. That's why we are doing the npx sequelize. The password error, the root at localhost. So I think yeah, your password is not correct, right? Yes, node package execute. You can, yes, that's right. We use npx for executing those packages which we have installed. Okay, guys. So now we have already created the models, right? Let's move further. Let's sync it with our table. Let's sync it with our database. Okay. So let's see it. How we'll do that. We'll go into our main file, index.js, right? We'll do it here. Okay. So let's first import const require, and we just need to import the model dot slash, because model is in the same directory. It's only dot slash models slash. No need to give. Just automatically index will come. And let's take the categories now. You can also take sequelize from here. Yeah. We can check the name. Yeah, categories only. Correct. Now we can do many places. We can do syncing here also with async. We just need to do await categories dot sync force true. So guys, see, I just imported the model folder because model index.js automatically combine all the categories. So that's why it will provide us the all the models. So now categories is there, and I just simply this categories.sync. Correct. So let's run it. Node index.js. So we are getting one error. Let's see what is that error. Backend cohort slash. Oh, I have given the wrong name of file. Node index.js. We are getting again error. Let's see what is that. Config. So yeah, it is looking for configs, right? So it should be now config. Correct? Because we have deleted the config folder. So it should be config. Okay, let's see. Yes, now it is running in the port 2500 and we have created a table. Let's see in the database. Yes, now you can see e-commerce database has category table. So guys, let me repeat it. What are the fixes which we are doing in index.js? So the first fix, we have to correct this folder name because we have deleted the configs. I think for Suraj, he has joined late. So Suraj, you do not need to delete this thing. You can still use the configs folder. But for others who has already deleted the configs folder, they need to change this to config. Okay. The second thing, now we have imported the models folder, and from the models we have taken the categories, and then in our where we are doing app.listening, we have created the app categories.sync. Please, guys, everyone do this quickly. Whoever has done it, please let me know in the chat. I will also push the changes in meanwhile. Syncing tables. Yeah, I pushed it. Let me know who has done it. Ekta, Hariharan, Nitesh, Parag, Vishnu, Nayan, Vishal, Arad, Sarad. Let me know in the chat. Which error, Ekta? Yeah, yeah, please do it. Cannot read property of sunk, sink, undef. Sink, undef, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Database is, your database is connected. Have you imported correctly? Are you taking that this name correctly? It should be the same name as you are using in here. Whatever you are returning, the name should be same. Every capital letters and everything. Just check once that. Yes, yes. Because yeah, because this category is like a promise thing. It will take some time. So that's why we are using the await there. Yeah, we need to give async here. Yeah, just check Ekta that part. Like, are you providing the correct category's name? Because it seems like that could be only the error. Okay, okay. Have you provided the async here? Or async await? Okay, it's weird. Uh, can you just share the screenshot of error and the code which you have written in the index.js? And I'm sure you are following the same structure. So no need to send the folder structure. Just send the index.js and the error. In meanwhile, Nishant has doubt. So let me see. Server is running on this port 2500. Executing default. Okay. Drop table executes. Yes. 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 It's the same for me also. I showed you, right? Same for me. Yeah. Server is running on this port. Drop table. Create table. That's right, Nishant. No, no, no. It's not error. It's the step which the sequelize is doing. It's not error. Okay, guys. So now, now see, we will do one more thing. Now, see, we have created the categories, but what we will do now, we like once our server is started, we will keep some default categories, right? See, one category we will get when user will create it, correct? When admin will create it, but there should be some default categories also. So right, so now that's what we will do. Meanwhile, Vishnu has doubt, so let's see his doubt. So for Vishnu, hmm, so what exactly is doing? Okay, trying to understand. So config/db.config. Why? See, why are you importing config/db.config? We have already deleted that, right, Vishnu? Config/db.config. We have already deleted that, so we do not need that file. Okay, we need to remove import from everywhere, right? And okay, model index.js. Okay, where is your index.js? Root index.js. तुम्हारी root index.js कहाँ पर है? अच्छा, okay, वो है नीचे है. Okay, yeah, I can see that index.js is there. So you have to share the index.js also, right? Then only, and db.js, remove that file also. We do not need db.js also, right? That was yesterday code. Today you can see nowhere I'm using db.js. If you see my folder, I'm not using db.js anywhere. I am running everything from this root index.js file. I'm running everything from root index.js file. Okay, Vishnu. Okay, so now let's see. Ekta has done. Okay, not this one. Okay, so server is running on this port undefined. Nitesh, I think your server is you have not changed the first thing. Nitesh, I think you have not changed this line because the port is not coming for your case. The port is not coming for your case. Server port. It seems like server.config is having your some problem with you. So are you doing the similar thing? Just check my GitHub repo, Nitesh. Just check the GitHub repo and match everything. Okay. So now Ekta has shared something. Okay, let's see. So Ekta is running from e-commerce project. Node. Are you sure you when you created the model, it's a category? Okay. Can you check in the category.js inside the model? Is it taking the same name? Because it seems like category is not the correct name there. I know that you have created the category name, but let's check once what is the name of there, because it seems like only the category is the problem here. Okay, I know you have already pasted the model generate category file, category command, but just check one more time that it is returning the category only or any other thing. Okay, because other than that, I think everything looks good. Yeah, other than that, everything looks good here. Yeah, folder structure is correct for you. Yes. So Sarad is having one doubt. Let's see his. Okay, Sarad. First, delete the db.js in models. Why we have db.js? Delete that file. Okay, let's see other error. So categories. Okay, categories. It is saying module not found. Hey, again db.js. Delete it. Somewhere it is looking for db.js in index.js file. Delete, guys. Delete the db.js. And if somewhere you are calling db.js, remove that line. Okay, or it seems like you are using the db.js in model index.js, so that's why model index.js is reading the db.js. Okay, okay, Sarad. So you need to remove the db.js first and then try the same steps. Let's check the Ekta doubt again. Yeah, you have already showed this thing. Now I'm talking about the category model file. Show me the category model file. Yes, Vasu. We wrote sync code on server start, right? Do we mean every time when we start our server? Yes. Whenever we will start our server, this code will run. And once, see what we do when we have already created our tables, then we remove the sync part and then we simply do sequelize or authenticate. So it will run the file. For Sarad it is working now. For Ekta it is not working. Uh, okay, so see in the models, in the categories.js, so you are saying your model name is also this and you are returning also same, correct? It should not change anywhere. See, we are not changing anywhere. Only these two things should be similar. Arad has one doubt. Okay, guys. So whoever wants to go for break, please go, and we will start the further topic at 9:47. Yeah, 9:47. Please go for it. Let's see. Ekta doubt again. Oh yes, you are using the category only. It's weird. Why it is not able to understand the category then? Hey, one weird thing. No, no, no. That's also right. Hmm. Category extends model category dot init. Okay. Yeah, looks same. And in app.js, you were importing the same thing slash model. Hmm. Let's change this name category to like any other name like categories, right? Wherever categories you are saying seeing, let's remove it to categories. Okay. Let's check that if that works. Okay. Arad, let's pick Arad dot doubt. It's again saying module not found. So it is not able to find config. Arad, you are using config slash server.config and your file name is config.server. How will it find it? You have to correct your file name, right? Under the config folder, it should be server.config. Okay, Arad, correct the file name in server in the config folder. Let's see Vishnu doubt. So okay. Uh, why are you giving like this much path after node? You are already in the e-commerce folder. You just need to run node index.js. You just need to write node index.js. And I think everything should work for you. Okay, Vishnu? No need to give that much big path. Oh, okay. Sure, sure. Vishnu is saying, yes, sir, but where? Can you tell me again what should I correct? Hey, Arad, your folder name is in your folder name, your file name was wrong. You were using when you are calling server.config, but you do not have that file. Your file name is config.server. So you should correct it to server.config under the config folder. There, see this place, server.config.js. It should be this. But in your case, it is config.server. So please correct that one. Okay, okay, Rab? Vishnu saying yes sir, but where? You just need to write the Vishnu node index.js at the same place. Oh, okay, Arad. So Arad, under the config folder, this file name is wrong for you. You are having config.server. You should have server.config. Server.config.js. Okay? Do it. Let me know, Ekta, if that works for you after changing the name. It's still the same. Okay, do one thing. Delete whole models, delete migration, and create a new model. No. Jamp and Workbench is just for connecting to database. That error is from the Node.js only. So do one thing, delete the both things, and then create the same again. Npx sequelize model generate, and this time give categories minus name categories capital C. Let me pass that thing to you. Arad, you should learn also what are the mistakes you are doing, because you will do these mistakes again and again. I told you that's okay, but you should learn from your mistakes. These mistakes should not happen. You should always check with the errors. When the error is saying looking for config/config server.json, do you have that file? It should trigger in your mind. So please try to keep it that. Yes, please. Deleted, then created, is still not working. I mean the model. Hmm. Still dot sync is correct. Okay. Yeah, Ekta.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
So actually, I found this model, and here it says, I mean, there are a couple of reasons mentioned as to why this can fail. So, do we need to export anything from our main app.js or index.js as well? Because here this person is say doing a module.export something. So, if we are doing incorrect module.export from our main file, it can cause. But my doubt here is that since we are not doing anything as such until now.
Yeah, from index.js or from app.js, we are not exporting anything, and it should work.
So even the structure and everything is correct. Actually, earlier I was not using a sync, so the model was getting created in the file. But due to that reason, it was not getting created in. Yeah, so it was not
Yes,
getting
yes.
created there. So that was some error on another level, but it should work. I remember in the first class, sir, it was working when we were that user and post model for some other project. So after that, I got to use model.sync, and models are not getting created in the database. Not getting this error. Now after using that model.sync, I'm getting this error.
So let's
Doing
see. One,
everything
let's
like
try. Let's try to do one more thing.
okay, sir.
Rather than doing the user.sync,
Hmm?
do the sequelize.sync. Let's see, because sequelize when we do sequelize.sync, It reads all the models and all the models will be synced. Let me check first in my system. It
Oh,
is working or
okay,
not.
sir.
I already shared it, right? So let me see.
Yes. Sir, it's index.
See, it is still
It,
working. It
it,
has
it,
created the category.
oh, sir, I try with Sequelize.
Yeah, try this one this time.
Still the same error.
Same error with Sequelize also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's weird now. We are using, I think now might be Nishant is saying is that could be correct. That
Sir, but like,
the MySQL workbench one.
sir, I'm using PG admin, Postgres.
Using what? PGI.
Postgres, sir. PG admin.
PostgreSQL you are using.
Yes, sir.
I think for PostgreSQL it could be a little bit different, right?
Yes, sir, I
See,
actually
for
followed
Postgres,
along.
so for PostgreSQL, we do not need MySQL actually. We need some other package
No,
for
sir.
that.
Post some H से था कुछ sir. Like I remember installing it. Some post H करके. So
You
I
have installed the
installed that
post.
one only. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
and
gave the username. Huh.
when you run the DB create, it has created a tables in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It created the table. Sorry,
Database for it.
database. Huh.
Okay, it's weird then. Why it is not creating the model?
So there is no
Okay,
such like. Huh.
you can just you know about Git. How can we push the
Ye-
code?
Yes, sir.
You can create your own repo and you can push your code. I will take a look into it later.
Okay, sir. Sure. I will
Yeah,
push that that folder only. The e-commerce project.
yeah. And at the
Okay,
end, you
sir.
can just share me the your GitHub link. So I will check it.
Sure, sure, sir. Okay, sir.
So somebody is saying I can open this image in another. Okay, how will do that? Another tab. Okay, open image in new tab. Acha, yeah, like this. Okay. Yeah, it looks good by the way. Sir, it's saying categories is not defined. For Vishnu, I think error was what? Node index.js. Yes. No, Dibikanta. She was trying to do it from index.js only. She has said the index.js earlier. So she was doing there only. Vishnu, can you repeat your query again? I remember you were writing whole URL, right? So I told you to run node index.js only. Let's come back and okay, I think 9:47 is already there, so let's find. Is everyone back now? Vishnu has one doubt in meanwhile. Let me see his doubt. So what command you have run? Vishnu, which command you have run there? When you are seeing this, which command you have run? Yeah, Vishnu, please tell which command you have run from the e-commerce folder. Vishnu, are you there? Nodeindex.js, okay. And what is this temp code runner file.js? Why this file is coming there? Why you have created this temp code runner file.js inside model folder? Vishnu, what was the reason for creating that temp code runner file? Delete it. Delete it. Then try it. Do not create anything inside the model.js, guys. Just categories should be there only. There should not be any other thing. Delete it and then check it, Vishnu. Okay, so now everyone is back. So now what I was trying to say that now we have created our table. Now we'll create some dummy data for that. Like once our server is starting, after that some data should automatically insert, some default data. Okay, so let's see how we'll do that. We'll come on index.js and I am right now doing after starting our server. After starting our server, once our server will start, then we will do the syncing of database also. Okay, so we'll do it inside here. So let's create one async function and give it a name as init, right? And we'll call this init function here only. Okay, so once our server will start, we will call this asynchronous function, and in this asynchronous function we will do all the syncing and the data sample dummy data creation. Okay, in the categories, for the categories. Let's see how. So first I created one method, and let's do the syncing now. First do the syncing. Categories dot sync course true. This is the first syncing part. Correct? We have done the syncing now. Now we'll create some dummy data or default data. We can say default data. Default categories. Okay, so we will insert some default categories. So we have to provide only two things, name and description. Let me provide first the name. Like we can take mobile. Then description. Then we can create another object also. We can keep it like category as a washing machine. Let's take the description now about washing machine. Okay. So now we have created some default data, some default categories. Now we need to insert them in the categories. Correct. For that we have categories dot bulk create. Right. And we can just pass whole array there. Let's see any result is coming here. And do all these things in try catch. So if there is any uncaught error, so we can simply caught it. Yeah. If there is any uncaught error, we will catch it in here. Yeah. So guys, you can see what I did. Guys, okay, guys, can you see that? What I did here? I created one function in it, and I am calling this function after starting our server. We created init function here, and we are calling this function after creating our server. Okay. Then you can see what I am doing inside this function. First, I am syncing my table, my model with database. After that, I created some default categories, and then inserting those default categories into the category model, and then I'm simply returning the result. If there is any uncaught error, we'll catch it into our try catch. Let's see, is it working or not? Let's see. Or is there any syntax error? Okay, now I think it has worked because we are able to see the data. So we'll go into the database also and check it. Yes, you guys can see, right? Two entries, mobile and washing machine. So next time if I start the again server, the same query will run. Only two entries will come. So it means once we will start our server, automatically two entries will be created. Automatically two entries will be created for us. Okay, let me first push this code. Default entries, default category. Okay guys, try catch for catching the errors. If there is any uncaught errors, because in await we got the errors right sometime, for that we are using the try catch. If there is any uncaught errors which our promise is returning, so we can simply catch it. सर वो init के ऊपर कॉल क्यों किया? init कॉल करने का init, क्योंकि init के अंदर हम बहुत सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं और उस init को हम कॉल करना चाहते हैं जब हमारा सर्वर स्टार्ट हो जाए. तो जैसे ही हमारा सर्वर स्टार्ट हुआ, हमने तुरंत उसको हमने फिर इसका डेटाबेस का काम स्टार्ट कर दिया, डेटाबेस का फंक्शन कॉल कर दिया. That's why. So guys, I have already pushed my code in GitHub. So please look into that later. Let's move further now. Okay. Now, because we have created our models, we have created some dummy data. Now let's talk about the APIs. Now we'll talk about the APIs. अब हमारा database ready है, हमारा server run हो रहा है, some default data is also there. Now we will talk about the APIs. So now first API will be insert API, जहां पर हम यूजर के थ्रू नया API नया कैटेगरी क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं. अभी हमने क्या किया है, we have created API, we have created categories some default when our server is starting, but now we want to do it from the client side. Okay, when client will send data, we want to do that. Okay, so let's create the routes folder. You know that we always create the routes folder for APIs. Okay, so this are all things happening here. That's fine. Yeah, so let's create a new routes folder. Routes, right? And inside routes, again one index.js. You know, guys, right? In different folders, we can create multiple index.js. Okay. My expected in VS successfully. Oh, nice. So now we have created index.js, and you know that how can we write it? Our routes very simply. Already showed you the syntax. I will write it again. And then we only need the router from the router, not whole things. Right? And now we can write our routes. And then we can, at the end, we can export it. Module.exports equal to routes. And then here we can create multiple routes. Like first we are going to create the post. And guys, there is one structure we need to follow while creating our routes. I think if you will see the slides, they have also followed some structure while writing our API name. And that structure is this: /ecommerce/API/v1/category. Okay, that is the structure we need to follow, which we are telling to other people that this is the ecom, this is the API, this is the version 1 of API, then this is the categories where we are going to create categories. Okay, let's keep the same structure. /ecom, let's take the same API/v1/categories. That's what, right? Yeah, categories. Okay, and then here our controller will be there, which will do the insertion part. Correct? That's what our API name is we have given. We'll talk about the controller in a minute. Let's import this file, this routes to our main index.js file, because this is the main index.js file from where we are starting our server. Correct? So let's take the routes here also. Require routes, right? And then app.use routes. And yes, one more thing, guys. For taking the body data, we need express.json also. Only these two things. You guys remember? In the last time what we did for after creating our routes, we have created routes where we will keep multiple routes in the here. Right now this is the post. Similarly, we create the get route also. Correct? We'll keep the same name for getting all the. We will keep the same name for update also. When we are going to update our categories, this method will be different. Put, right? And we might need ID there, because based on the ID, when somebody will provide the category ID, then we can update the name of that category. Correct? So that's all, those all things. So here we have created our routes, and then we are exporting our route. Then index.js in our main file, we have imported those routes and put it into there like this app.use routes. And why we are writing this line express.json? Because I told you otherwise we need to use the body parser for reading the data which will come from client side in the request.body. Correct? In request.body, whatever data client will send, we have to keep it. That's why we are using express.json. No. Route.folder is not inside any other folder. That's right. It's on the root folder. Route.post. So route.post just for getting data from user side. Post we use, right, for taking data from when we want to create some resources, so we use post. When we want to send some resources back, then we use the get. Then we use the for updating any resources, we use put. That's the same thing. Yes, it's API. Routes are APIs only. We always need to get data in JSON. Yes, we always need to get the data in JSON. That's why we are using express.json to read data in JSON. Okay. Let's also create the controller. Index.js is there. Let's create the controller also. Not inside the route folder. That will also in the root folder. Controller. And inside controller, let's write category. Category.js. We'll do all the things of categories here. Category. I think yeah, the first function which we will create here will be the create category. Create category or categories, a category, whatever you want to say. Create category. This is our first function which we will create. These all will be promises because database take times, right, to do things. This will be our create category. And then let's export this one. Module dot exports create category, right? And then in our routes, just import this one. Const require controller. Now because this controller is outside of route folder, so that's why 2 times controller and slash category. This will give us create category, and then we can use it here. Create category. Correct. That's all we need to do in the routes folder. Now everything, all the logic we have to write here. Request response. We have to write everything here now. Okay, so for creating any category, first we need model here. So let's take the model first. And I think we are talking about category, so we'll just take the category model. And that is also outside of it, so we need to do double dots. Class model index automatically will come. And categories. Right? Categories. Okay, so now first, so while creating any category, we are going to pass 2 things: name and description. And I'm saying name should be mandatory. Name should be mandatory. Okay, it should not be null. So let's check it first. So in the take the data like category data, simple data we can see data from request.body, because we always take the data from request.body. And then check. Let's put first condition. If data dot name, or we can say if not data dot name. अगर data dot name नहीं है, we will simply send the error from here. We'll provide the message properly, like name is mandatory, right? And we'll send the status as 401 or 400, simply 400. Okay. If our data does not have name, we'll simply return that name is mandatory. Okay. But if our data has the name, then we can simply fetch it. So we can say take 2 variables. Const name equal to request dot or data. Yeah, we have already taken it. So data dot name. Then we can have description. Const description equal to data dot description, right? And then we can simply call categories dot create. Await categories dot create. Correct? And pass these values: name, comma, description. And because this is await call, so we need to make it, write it in try catch. So if any error is coming while calling this method, we can simply catch it. That's how, guys, we are going to write all the things of ours. We can simply catch the error here, console.log, error in creation of categories. Simply print the error and send the user one error, because this could be internal server error, right? So we can say internal server error, and then we can say status is 500, because now it's not a client problem, it's a server problem. And if that's, and here what we can do, const result, we can print the result which the record has created. If everything is good, right, we can print the result here, and then we can simply response.send, and we can say message category has been created. Okay, this is what the code we will write in the controller, guys. Okay, this is the code we will. So let me just repeat it what I'm doing. So once we'll get data from the UI side or from the postman, we are checking that that data has name property or not. If that data does not have name property, I will just simply throw this error. That name is mandatory. You have to provide the name. If this condition is true, then we are just simply taking name and description and calling that models.create, categories.create. Model is our category, category.create, and passing those two values, name and description. And then simply handling, like if there could be any error, so we'll handle it here, and then throw the send back the response also, because API always wants response. API will take request, API wants response also, and rest.send. So let's test it. I think everywhere we have already called create category, and we have already initialized it here. So let's call it. Let's test it. We will start our server always from node index.js. Let's see. So yeah, it has created a default categories for us. If I check in the database, yes, only two categories are there. Let's open the postman for making the name, creating the new category. Yeah, now our postman is open. Correct. Let's create a new request, and this request would be post. Correct. Let's check our port in server, in which port our server is running. Our server is running 25500. Let's take that one. Localhost colon 2500 slash the same route name which we have provided, the whole route name, like this, slash categories. Yeah, and then in the body, I have saw so many people were facing this problem. You have to go into the raw and take the JSON. Guys, go into the raw, take the JSON, not the text part. Okay, and then pass the two things which we are requesting, name and the description. These two things we needed, right, for creating any category. Description. Let's pass some value. Let's take like our categories clothes, right? We can write summer clothes and winter clothes. This is a random description. Let's see. Now you guys see post our API name, and in the body we are passing raw as JSON. Okay, let's send it. You can see category has been created. Let's check in the database. Let's check in the database, guys. Yeah, you can see third category, clothes, summer clothes and winter clothes. Right, guys? Let's skip this key if we are not providing name. Let's see. Are we getting the 404? Yes, you can see name is mandatory. Status is 400. So that's how, guys, we are going to do the testing. So like that's how we are going to create the new categories. Do you guys have any problem with that? Why will creating the, what if we give name values empty? It will create the empty value. It will create the empty name in the database. So Rick, how can we stop that? We can stop it from here. In our models, in the category, we can write not null or not empty. If there is any condition not null or not empty, you can check there, and then we can achieve it. Yeah, please now do it. Now I will wait, because now let's try to do, you guys also try to do this. Let me push this code. Create category API. And after that, we'll create three more APIs, three or four more APIs for getting all the categories, updating, deletion, or for or get the API with the ID or name. These are things. Yes, I have pushed it. So please, guys, now try to copy things from there. I think that the files which I changed created some new folders, routes, and a controller. So those things you need to copy, and then in index.js properly copy two lines only. Or I think yes, I made changes in index.js only. So please try it. I will wait for that. Yeah. So yeah, you can see in the index.js we have used line number 7 and 8. This line is just for getting the JSON data in our client body. This line is for all the routes which we are going to write. Then here we created our init function, which we are calling when our server is starting to insert some default data. Okay. And then we created the controller folder and routes folder. These two folders we created. And inside the route folder, I just written the first API. And then from this API, we are calling the create category controller. And in the create category, you can see inside the category, very simple code. We are first checking that name exists there or not. If name exists, then do that, then create the new category. So please, guys, just do it in your system also. Let me know who has done it or who is facing some problems. So in front end, actually, when people will write their code in the UI side, they will call this API directly. They will call this API. Like, see, if I open the Amazon.com, they are calling these APIs, right? Amazon.in. We can check that thing here in the network. You see, when I click in health household, yeah, these are all the APIs are called from UI side. You can see load more coupons and these things, load more coupons. Sim- So in UI code, when we write, we call these things, we call these APIs from the UI code. Similarly, we are calling from the Postman, right? From the Postman as we are calling, in similar way from UI code, we will also call it. Okay. Okay, Dipanshu? Have you copied all the things from Git repo and tested it, Dipanshu? Are you able to create new categories, Dipanshu, from the Postman? Yes, Nishant, I am waiting. Sure, sure. But yeah, I think while you are doing this, also try to run it. I think Ekta, you will be still facing problem, right? You will not be able to run the models, right? I think for others, I think they have resolved the problem. Nitesh has resolved, Sharan has resolved, Vishnu has resolved. So they should be able to do it now. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's happening to your system only. I need to check your code because PostgreSQL might be something somehow it is little bit different. That's why I try to install Jamp also, right, Ekta? If you are facing problem today, it would be possible like you will face problem later also. So to install Jamp on your system, and then you can see like how quickly it's running in mine and in others also. Yeah, please try. And for Jamp, when you will install, you need to have dependency as MySQL too. Okay. If somebody has done it, please let me know. Guys, always need to run your project from node-index.js, root folder index.js. So Nishant is saying yes. So Nishant, have you done it? Are you able to do it? Oh, great, great. Are you able to create it? New categories? I know you cannot see it in database, but once you will create the category, you have printed out this console, right? This console. Or might be, yeah, this response is coming for your API, then it means it's working. Uh, Parag is saying error facing. Yeah, Parag, let me know. Let me know what is the error you're facing. Sure, Vishnu. Yes, very important. Guys, very important. Check all these things. URL name, everything should be correct. Method should be post. And in the body, raw JSON should be there. Raw slash JSON should be there. And here, the value should be like this. Name, clothes. Guys, you need to follow the similar thing. If somebody is following text here, I remember in the last calls, people were keeping text here. No, that won't work. Sometimes they are keeping get here. No, that will not work. You need to go, you need to write in similar way. Nishant has shared the screenshot. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think default one is working for you. Right now, whatever you're like right now, what you're showing in the console, it is about the default one. See, mobile and washing machine. I want to see the that one from the postman when we are making call. This is the default one. This is working for you. That's right. I want to see for that scenario from the postman. Okay. Vishnu has just said that, or is it the older one? Oh yeah, it's the older one. Okay, so please tell what you have done, like uh, DD adding, because I am missing some command. No, no, PHP my admin is not Postman. Postman is different tab. Yes, for doing the things from Postman, it's different tab. What you have done, like adding etc, adding it extra, because I'm missing some command. You just need to go there. Like apart from adding, I didn't do anything. I just simply went here and make the call. If you have already taken everything from my repo, apart from that, I didn't do anything. In the terminal, I just ran node index.js. Yeah, in terminal, I only did node index.js. Apart from that, I already pushed everything in the GitHub repo. So whatever I did, I just posted there. So I created controller and routes folder, then controller index.js, routes index.js. These are the file inside the controller and routes. Then I change in index.js. I think these are only the changes which I did. So let's quickly look into that. Then we can go for Get API also. So I think Get API is very simple, guys. Right? So we need to create a new controller. That name would be Get Category. See, now most of the thing will be copy pasted only. Like it will be get all category. Get all category. Category. Right? Now no need for request.body. No need to check all these things. No need for this also. Right? We just need to do find all. Find all. We can remove all these things. And whatever result is coming, we need to send that result now. And if error in getting categories, yeah, and then we have to export this one, correct, get all category, and then we have to come back to routes now, and in the get we just need to here we also need get all category, and then we can see here we can put get all category, right? Let's call it, no, let's call node index.js. Yes, our server is running. Let's create a new category first. Yes, category is created. Let's open a new tab and let's call it now. Localhost, I think same API, right? Same API name, but with different method. And now no need to do anything else. Just click on send. Yeah, you can see mobile, washing machine, all the categories are listed here. Correct. Let me push this one also. Now only new changes. We need to just make changes in controller and routes. Nowhere else. Getting list of categories. Okay, I posted that also. Yes, sure. So in Postman, while creating the data, you creating category, you just need to provide URL here. Then you have to give the method name, post. Then in the body, you need to first do raw JSON. Raw JSON, and then you need to provide the values which you want to do, which you want to create, like description and name. That's all you need to do in the Postman. For getting, more or less things to do here. Just the method name and our API name. That's all. Okay. I'm just sharing my screen for some seconds so you guys can see it, how it is looking in the post. Okay. Then I'm sharing now for get. We didn't do anything for the get. Okay, guys. Are we good with get and post API? Okay. Now let's create. Now let's talk about the update API also. Okay. Let's or might be before that we can create one more get API based on like ID. Yeah. Like give me only that. Can you share that Postman command? There is no command for opening the Postman. You just need to open the Postman if you have already installed it. And after installing, after opening, you just need to provide your API name here. If you're talking about this value, yes, I can provide this value. If you want this name, that's fine. I can provide. This is our host name and port. Localhost is our host name, then port, then our API name. Okay. Let's create one more API where we will get the categories from UI side, like category ID in the here in the params. Okay. And then based on that category ID, we will only provide the data. Okay. So let's go back again to the controller. Everything now we have to done in the controller only, guys. Delete all the, like delete means remove all the files and let's open the only controller category. Let's create a new function now. Async function. We can say like get category on ID. On ID. Rec response. Now let's fetch the ID, category ID from the params. So request dot params dot ID, right? Because this is the param, right? ID. So request dot params dot ID. I think request dot param or params. That I need to check. Let me check very quickly, guys. I can check it many places. I can check in the controller also. Yeah. Here it will be, right? Yeah, params is there. Okay, params. Correct. So request dot params is there. Now we can simply see there is multiple ways to do that, but I will follow the find one. There is find one is there. Like first use the try catch. Same thing we will copy. Error in getting categories based on ID. Now here, now categories dot, like many methods are there. Find all is there. Find one is also there, right? And find one, and here we can give the where condition inside this. I told you that day, right? We can write the where condition, and then we can say where ID should be category ID, right? And let's take the result in one variable. What did it is await. Let's respond that result. Let's check this thing also, guys. Is it working or not? Okay, let's start the server. Okay, some error is coming. App.js. Oh, sorry, it's index.js. I'm giving wrong. Yeah, let's the same API. Let's pass /1. Yeah, it is giving error. It means there is an error. ecom/API/v1/categories. Oh, yeah, get is there. Oh, okay. We haven't called the function. Oh, sit. We haven't exported it. Get category on ID. Then we have to require it here also, right? The same one. Get category in ID. And then we need to put it after the controller, where the controller position is. Let's start the server now. Yeah, now you can see only one entry is coming. Now if I provide 2, you can see second ID is coming. Okay, guys, are we good with this? The next part. So we have created 3 APIs till now. One where we created some resources. Then the second API where we have created the there we have created the not created. We are getting the all the database, all the categories entries from the database. Then the third API is we are passing the ID, and based on that ID we are just getting that particular category. Okay, not done with previous yet. Yeah, Parag, I can understand. So like, what is any error you are getting in the previous one? So guys, I think let's first see all the APIs. Then we will do the. Then I will say to you. Then I will push all the code, and then you guys can just simply look into that. Okay, right? So let's first see all the APIs. Are we good with that, guys? Okay. So let's see what happened if we are now we have created these two things, right? We have created get API, we have created post API. Now let's update something. Now we want to update something. Okay, sure. Zoom which part? The postman or the coding part? Because in the coding, I think it's already zoomed, right? Postman. Okay, postman. Okay, sure. Okay, so now we have already created the. Let's create a new post. Let's create a new category. Let's create it as a like what is fashion, right? Description as about fashion. Now category has been created. Now if we do not provide any categories number, all the categories will come. You can see mobile is coming, washing machine is coming, fashion is coming. Now all three is coming, right? Fashion is coming. And now if we provide the number here like 3, only specific category will come. Correct? Okay. Now let's create some update API where we will update the any category description or any category name. Okay. Let's create a new API. Till now we have created 3. Let's create the 4th one. You can see after doing the setup, I am just updating 2 files. One is route-index.js and other is category.js inside controller. So for the update, we just need to do put. Just need to do put. And yes, it will also ask for a ID, which ID you want to update. Correct? We can take it in params or we can take in body anywhere. or update category. Update. Let's create a new controller method. Update category. Let's require it from there. Update category. Let's go into the category.js. Let's create a new method. Update category. Async function update category. It requires request response. Correct? It's all repeated, right? We are just simply repeating everything. Let's take the try catch also because we will need it. Yes. Let's see what are the things we need to remove from here. So definitely categories.find all not does not need it. We'll see. First, let's read the ID and name from there. So because ID is coming from params, right? So let's see. Category ID is equal to request dot params dot ID because ID is coming from there, but name is coming from name, or we can say description. Anything we can update. Name and description we can update. Name is coming from like yeah, it is coming from body, right? Request dot body dot name. Then const description. Request dot body dot description. And one more thing, if somebody is not providing anything, that could be also scenario, right? If somebody is not providing the any new thing, that could also be one scenario, guys. Correct? So what we will do here, first we will find this ID. First we will find this ID. So for that, I think we already done it. Find one is here. Yeah, this code. So first we will find this ID. Now I can see. So first we are finding that ID in database, that this ID exists or not. Now we got the result. Now if that ID exists, we will get the result. So now we'll see if result, or if not, we'll do else also. If result or if not, right? If result is not there, we'll just simply throw the error. We'll simply throw the error, and error will be 400, and we'll say ID does not exist. Category ID doesn't exist. Does not exist. Okay. Error in getting categories. Yes. Now if that exists, if this one exists, so we can simply update it. Result dot name equal to, we can directly write this thing, request body dot name. Directly request body dot name. Okay, guys, and we'll do the category also, description also. So result dot description equal to request dot body dot description. Right? Let's remove these two lines. Do not need to read it from there. Yeah. And then at the end, guys, we just need to do this line, result dot save. This will do that. This will save your entry, and then we can simply return response dot send. User got saved, or category got updated. Category got updated, or we can also send the updated one. Let's see, result. We can send the updated category. We can write the key as updated category. Okay. Guys, what I'm doing, let me repeat it. Okay, so let's see. So first we'll get the ID from the Postman or UI side, like which category ID they want to update it. So what I did, First I have to find it out that this ID exists in database or not. This category ID exists in database or not. That's what I did. I put the find one for that category ID. If that ID exists, I will get the result. And if I'm not getting result, I'm simply saying category ID does not exist. Okay. Now, if the categories ID is existing, for updating the field in that, you just need to do this thing, result.name, whatever the name is coming, whatever description, and then at the end result.save. So the whatever field you have updated, those will be saved in database. Very simple. This is the one way to do things. Another is to write the update. I have already shown you categories.update. If you guys remember, in the last call when we were talking about the sequelize, I showed you about the categories.update, that thing also. But we can do this also. Okay, let's test this. Let's test this. Okay, so let's first create a new category, which is fashion. Now category has been created. Let's see all the categories now. Yeah, we can see mobile, washing machine, fashion. Let's update the ID too. So let's create a new tab. Take the put. Take the same URL. Give it 2 only. Let's go to the body, raw, JSON. Let's provide it. For ID2, earlier, it is, you can see washing machine and about washing machine. Now we are going to update it. Now let's see. Now name would be name and description. Both things we will update it. Yeah. So now we can give name as like, what is the name we left? Category would be bank, just randomly, right? About bank and payments, right? Let's see, is it working or not? Yeah, category got update, ID is this, and let's see. Let's see here. You can see ID is 2, name bank, about bank and payment. That's how we update any categories. This is the one way. And another way is mentioned in slide. If we see in the slide, is it mentioned or not? Let me check. Create है, get है, function to get है, yes, update. Yeah, you can see the another way, guys. They have first taken the ID, similar way, request.params.id. Then what they are doing, category.update. And in that update, they are providing whatever the field we need to update, name and description. And then they're saying where ID is equal to category ID. This is another way to do the same thing. Okay. And I have followed the other way. Whatever way you guys like, you guys can practice it. I personally feel this one is more easy because first we can check that find one exists, and according to that we can throw our error, and then we can simply save the result. I feel it this one is better. Okay. And then the next one is delete. Yeah, love delete also will do that. Then we will just revise everything again. Let me create the last API, which is a delete, and then we will revise everything. And I will also post the code, and then you guys can also try it. Let's take the delete also quickly. Delete category. The same way you can see, I'm just copy pasting the code now because everything is now just replicated. I'm just following the structure, and that's what you guys also have to learn. You guys also have to follow the structure only, right? So let's. I will just explain you guys. Do not think like it is going fast. I'm just writing things, then I will explain it. Okay. Delete category. Okay. So see, in the category, we will take the category ID, and this time we will not do these all things. We'll simply use the destroy method of that. So await categories dot destroy, and we can pass here our ID, where ID is category ID, right? That's what they are also doing, right? Yes, right, correct. And then we can simply, let's see if result, take the result also, and then do the response. Response dot send. We can simply send the message. That will be better, right? Category deleted. Category deleted, and then we can say result, right? And here we can error in deleting categories. Yeah, let's check this part also quickly. Yeah, same API. We just need to change the method now. Let's open a delete one also. Let's create a delete. Delete. Copy the same thing. We are going to delete the second category, right? First, let's create a category. Okay, what happened? Is there any error? Oh, we haven't started our server or what? Yeah, we haven't started our server. Yes, category has been created. Let's see all the categories first. Yes, 3 categories. Now we want to delete the second one. Okay, let's see. Yes, category deleted. Let's check all the categories. Yeah, we can see only 1 and 3 is coming. So now I think we have created all the APIs, guys. Let me first push the code. APIs creation. Okay, now let's understand all the things once again. Okay, let's understand the update and delete one more time. Okay, guys, that's what we did in. Let's start with update first. The first thing which we did, we created a new route. You can see the first thing which we did, we created a new routes for both the APIs, for put and delete, for updation and for deletion. We kept the same name. You can see everywhere name is same. Only the methods are changing, right? Only the methods are changing. You can see. Now we need different controllers. For updating, we need different controller. For deleting, we need different controller. So that's what we created 2 new controller function here. Update category, delete category, which we are exporting from here. Update category, delete category. Okay. Then what we did, now let's see what we are writing inside that, inside this controller function. Let's check about the update category. So because based on ID, we are going to get the category ID, because if somebody wants to update something, they will provide us category ID, like update this particular category ID or update this category ID, right? So once we are getting that ID from the params, what I did, I checked into the database that this ID exists there or not. So I check this with this line, categories dot find one. I pass the ID in where condition, and if I am getting result, then I will go here. Else, I will say that that category ID does not exist. Okay, so let's first see the post and put, sorry, update and delete. Then we will look into the get one. Okay. So yeah, so here we are checking that if that category ID does not exist, just throw the 400 errors, right? If the category ID exists in our database, then what we are doing, we are just simply updating the name and description which user has passed, and then we are simply saving it. That's how we update it. Okay, this is the one way to update things. In deletion, if I talk about in deletion category, deletion also we are similar way, getting the parameters, getting the ID from params, then we are writing the categories dot destroy, and then we are passing our ID, and this will simply destroy that entry from database. Okay, now let's talk about the get category. right? In get all category, we call two get APIs, get all category or get category based on ID. So you can see get all category is very simple. We just simply call categories.find all and sending the result back, correct? But if you talk about get category on ID, so that ID we are taking it from the params, then we are using find one, and then we are passing the where. Similar way, like as we are doing, like whenever we want to find any individual row, then we have to use the where, correct? And if we talk about the post API where we are creating category, so first what we did, we are taking all the data from the request.body, then we are checking name exists there or not. If not, we are simply throwing the error. Then from the data, we are taking name and description, simply calling categories.create. And then we are sending a response back. So that's what we are doing. And I already pushed the code. So I want you guys to now run these things. Okay. Now try to run these things from there. Okay, let's see. Hari Haran has went out. So let me open it in new tab. Default categories is not defined. So, okay, init is there. You calling categories of sync is there. Okay. Okay, default categories is there. Okay. Your spelling is wrong. Line number 21, your spelling is wrong of default categories. These are very things. See, everyone, I am seeing these mistakes too much. Please, please read the error and check that the spellings are correct or not. Okay. Everyone, please check the spellings are correct or not. Now, everyone, please, I have already post the code. Please copy those code in your repo and please try to run it. Let me know if you face any problem. We have created, I think, 5 APIs. And in that 5 APIs, we have created the 5 controller function for them. And then we are running it. Let's try to run them. Let me know if you guys face any problem or if you guys want me to share anything. Like I can share the Postman screen in meanwhile for put and delete, but put and delete are same as post. You just need to change the method and provide the ID. Okay, let me write it into the README also, like post API. The URL, let me write it there. This is the URL and the data which I was passing. This was the data. Now let's create the get API. Get APIs. So there was 2 get APIs. One is get all categories and second one is based on any specific category. Okay. Let's call the put API now. I think put API also has the same URL. Whatever category you want to update, or delete also has the same. Delete. It also has the same. But yeah, put also has some body data. Right? This. Let me commit these changes. Updated readme. So yeah, guys, now let's try to run it and let me know for whom it works. Nishant, Vishal, Parag, Hariharan. I could say to Ekta also, but she's facing right now problem. So yeah, Ekta, you can check this thing later. Okay, so yeah, everyone, please start. Can we talk about promise and async await again in tomorrow class? I read many articles, but I don't understand. We like getting it entirely. See, async and await. See, promises are. You remember that cake scenario? where we want to, like where I told to my friend, like bring the cake for my younger brother, but he said that I will bring the cake, I promise you. So now he has created one promise to you. Now that promise only has two state. He will fulfill or he will reject it. So when he will fulfill, then the resolve callback come. When he reject it, when he ignore it, then the reject callback comes. But this way we write in an older way. Like when we write earlier, we use these promises resolve and resolve reject. But now we have started using async and await. So whenever we write async in any of method, like earlier any of methods, like you can see in controller, we have created all the method with async, right? So now all these methods are promised internally. Now JavaScript has converted all these methods to promises. And for calling these methods, we have to use await. Like whenever we are calling any promise, we have to use await. Await means wait for some minute to complete this promise, then go ahead. So async is promise. अब वो जो मेथड हमने बनाया है विशाल, वो तो हमारा एक प्रॉमिस बन चुका है. अब उसको एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए हमें वेट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि प्रॉमिस तुरंत नहीं रिटर्न होता है. प्रॉमिस टेक्स टाइम टू रिटर्न. That's why we use await. So that's why you can see whenever we are making any of the database call, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि डेटाबेस की सारी कॉल प्रोमिसेस होती है. सो दैट्स व्हाई हमने हर जगह उसको अवेट किया है. ओके, सो दैट्स अबाउट द दैट्स हाउ वी आर यूजिंग async and await. For Nishant, it is working very nice. So you have tested it in Postman also, right, Nishant? All the APIs you have tested? Delete, post, put, everything? Yeah, please test it. Do not keep it any. Please test it. And now I will request to everyone, create one more API where you can query based on the name. Right now, you are fetching records based on ID, correct? You are finding record based on ID. If I want to search based on name, category name, that API also I want. So I want you guys to create that API where we can, where from the UI or Postman, we just send the name, and then we should be able to get that category. Okay, like if we pass fashion, then I should get that category ID, category name, category description, created and updated it, all the things. Okay, everyone, please write this query. I want you guys to implement it. And only two places you need to make change: in the route index.js or controller index.js and controller index.js. Yeah, two files only. Are we good, guys? Hey, anyone else has tried apart from Nishant? Hariharan, Parag, Vishal. A lot of people were there earlier, right? Dipanshu, Joseph, Nitesh, Vishnu, Sarad, yeah, Divikanta. Mine was successful. Okay. Parag working, so we have to run node. But why? No. Hariharan, never do that. Always try to run node index.js main file. You cannot run any other file, only index.js. Everything will start from index.js. Yes, sure, Ekta. I can understand. Oh, I see error. Devikanta is done. What is the error? Routes is not defined. Routes is not defined. Again, it means some spelling mistake. Somewhere some spelling mistake again, Hariharan. Because you can see these are the routes folder, right? You are using routes at two places only. One in index.js, you are using routes here. Check all the spellings here. Then you are using routes here. Then again you are using routes here. while module dot. Nowhere else you are using routes. So just check everywhere. Are you using? Are you like requiring in a correct way? Every names are correct. Every spelling is correct. Yeah, please check. Everyone, whenever you're seeing any not defined, module not found, these type of errors, definitely it seems like some folder structure problem or spelling problems. Try to read your error. Yes, yes, you found it, Hariharan. Yeah, so we need to make API. अभी हम देखो, अभी हमने एक API बनाई है गेट में, ये वाली थी, right? Where we can get based on categories. Okay, right now my server is not running. Let me run it. Yeah. Now, if we provide the category ID, we'll get that record. Now, I want to pass it the mobile directly category name, mobile. Or I think I would suggest you to go for queries. Like write the name equal to mobile like this. And then I should get the only mobile record. Yeah, I think yeah, this API you guys created. I will paste it in here. तुमको ये अब तुम नेम इज इक्वल टू मोबाइल को कैसे पढ़ोगे? रिक्वेस्ट डॉट क्वेरी विद द हेल्प ऑफ रिक्वेस्ट डॉट क्वेरी. You were reading ID with the help of request dot params, but for reading the query, I told you you just need to do request dot query, and you will get that object. So we want to write this API now. इस API में क्या होगा कि आप कैटेगरी का नेम प्रोवाइड करोगे और उसका रिकॉर्ड डेटाबेस से आएगा. ओके हम इसमें क्या करेंगे? कैटेगरी का नेम पास करेंगे क्वेरी में. यस, बाय नेम नॉट आईडी. यस, हम उसका नेम पास करेंगे, बट हम क्वेरी में पास करेंगे. अभी हम आईडी पास कर रहे थे पैरामीटर्स में, बट हम अब क्या है कि नेम जो है कैटेगरी का वो एज ए क्वेरी पास करेंगे, और वो क्वेरी पे हमें डेटाबेस से डेटा रिजल्ट लेके आना है. ओके एवरीवन, तो ट्राई टू इंप्लीमेंट दिस एपीआई. एकता हैज अ डाउट, सो लेट्स सी हर डाउट. Okay, so she has created the repo. Let me see that. How can I paste it? Okay. I cannot copy it, so I think I need to search it. GitHub.com. Ekta30, right? That was your username. Yeah, Ekta30. And what was the repo name? E-commerce app. Okay. Let's go into all repos. Yeah, this is the e-commerce app. And which branch you are using? You are using dev branch. Okay. This is the dev branch. Let's see. Okay, first let's see the packet.json in your file. Okay, so you have taken the PG and PG as store everything. Okay. You have MySQL 2 also. Hey, I think there could be one problem. Ekta, in the config, I think you need to provide. Oh, in the dialect, you have already provided the Postgres. Okay, that's good. Do you also need to provide the port? But you told that it's already connected, so then it's fine. Username is Postgres, password is also Postgres. Okay. Okay, and let's see in the models. Categories, categories, categories. Change the categories everywhere. Okay. Hmm. You have already done the categories.sync, right? It didn't work. Right, Ekta? Okay. Just in case I took MySQL 2. Yes, you have to if you're taking MySQL 2, you just need to change the credential in development. Just check with that also if that works. Okay. Otherwise, I will check this with Postgres. Okay. So I think, yeah, that's all guys for today. We can wrap it here. I think you guys have whole. I think wrong with migration folder. I think wrong with migration folder. Is it anything wrong in migration folder? No, not as such. Sure. Yeah, please try with MySQL Workbench too. Okay. Okay, guys. So today you guys have whole day. Tomorrow also after test, I think you guys have test. You can spend some time on this fielding the API which I told, and just try to understand it. In next class, we are going to create product. Whatever we did today for category, in next class we are going to do with product. We'll create the product model. We'll create the product API. Same thing will be followed there also. Okay. You don't have test tomorrow? I do not know. I just thought like you guys have a test on Sunday. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, guys. I'm just thinking like, oh, okay. Then it's fine. I think you guys can practice it. You have whole day of today and tomorrow as well. You guys can practice lot. Okay. All the best. Have a nice day. We'll talk again on Monday. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Thanks, Hariharan. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. I don't think we have doubt session tomorrow. We have our revision session on Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. They have not informed me, and I'm actually I also have some plans, so I might be not able to join it. And in my calendar, actually, it is showing as a milestone test. When they have shared the calendar with me, it is showing me as a milestone test for tomorrow. So not sure what is like I think yeah, you guys will get information very soon, or you can connect with Ansul about this. Okay. Okay, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the day. Do more practice. Okay. Bye bye.